Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Absolute Power Task Force 7, number 2. This is 2 of 7. This is the mini series that follows along the path to look into these Amazo robots, right? So it's going to be run in parallel through the events of Absolute Power. But let's take a look at the creative team. This story is written by John Layman with art by Max Raynor, colors by Luis Guerrero, letters by Dave Sharpe. And now that Amanda Waller has won a planet-wide blitzkrieg and has robbed the world's metahumans of their superpowers and resources, those few who have thus evaded the capture are fugitives on the run, hunted mercilessly by Task Force 7, a regiment of unstoppable Amazos built by Amanda Waller's allies, Failsafe and the Brainiac Queen. So there you have it. And in this issue, it is the hostile takeover of Atlantis. Depth charge rises up. Atlantis now has a new ruler. Long live Depth charge. So Depth charge is the Mazo robot that took pretty much Aquaman's powers, right? So, and not only Aquaman, but like that, those are kind of the main powers. I think it's also throughout the story we learned that he also took the Doom Patrol's powers, which kind of shows up a little bit in his design. And I picked up this design variant in foil by Dan Mora. Really cool. Like you can see kind of the color palette definitely gives Aquaman vibes, but his face, his head, is kind of purple. So like that reflects a little bit of the Doom Patrol, I think. But yeah, this robot has stolen Aquaman's powers along with his throne, and now all Atlanteans must stay in line or risk having their powers taken as well. It is up to Jackson Hyde and the rest of the Aqua family to launch a revolution without being discovered. So as I mentioned, interestingly enough, this book begins with the Doom Patrol losing their powers to the Mazo droid. Now, if you haven't read the latest Doom Patrol series, there is a new member, so you'll see that member in this book as well. But it's definitely the more familiar characters that we know, specifically if you watch the TV show, which is a really fun touch to watch the Doom Patrol and figure out how did they get involved with this character, with this Amazo. So let me pull up some of the preview art, and I'll talk a little bit more about the story as well. And we kick off really in media res. I love this first page that you can see that Elastigirl when she was knocked out, right? So Rita was in full, like she was in gigantic form when she passed out. You can see the outline here, but she wakes up in normal size because she has lost her powers. Robot Man has lost an arm, and here even we see Mr. Negative knowing that he lost his power because his hands are back to normal, right? We know that we know that he's deformed or scarred or whatever you want to call it. So that's really interesting. And then, of course, we plunged into the depths as some of the Atlanteans start working with the Doom Patrol, and even we see the citizens of Atlantis being affected by everything that's going on. So I think this series has been quite interesting so far. We've only had two. We talked about the Last Sun in the first issue, which was the Amazo that stole the Kryptonians' powers. Now we have Depth Charge going after Atlantis. So I'm interested to see how the series evolves and then how everything kind of ties back into the main series. So that'll be fun. Great to see different creative teams in this series. So you'll definitely get a lot of different perspectives all throughout the 7 issues. So if you read this book, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.